Hey, howdy, y'all. It is December 2020. I'm Chet Garner, the host of the Daytripper, the host of this podcast right now. And joining me are my co-hosts, Lindsey Tutt.
Hi.
And Daniel Meesey.
Hello.
All right, so let's talk some Texas. All right, so if y'all been listening to the podcast for the past few months, y'all know that we give y'all a special discount code because, again, we are sponsored by ourselves, the Daytripper World Headquarters. But it is December, and you're going to need some stuff to put underneath your Christmas tree. So with the discount code DECEMBERPODCAST, you will get 15% off your order. That applies online and in store. And we got some cool stuff. We're almost out of calendars. I think we have like 10 calendars left. So by the time this goes live, we'll probably be sold out of calendars. But we've got cold stuff. We got hoodies, beanies, all kinds of different things. We got pocket knives. We've got turtle boxes, a lot of cool Texas stuff. Y'all come and see us or just shop online at thedaytripper.com. All right. So speaking of the store, one of the things we love to do in the store is to just sort of bring in all kinds of Texas makers, people who make cool stuff. I've been a big fan of Texas-made products for a very, very long time. And it's pretty awesome to get to have a store where you bring all this stuff together. And, as we're still in a pandemic, right? We are still in a worldwide pandemic. It has become so important for us to support the small businesses we love. I was reading some news this morning, and it looks like way more restaurants than we thought are likely on the verge of closing down. We already lost some pretty big institutions. I mean, during the pandemic, what all did we lose? Like Magnolia Cafe, the original Magnolia, gone. Dart Bowl enchiladas. Daniel, you had Dart Bowl enchiladas at some point, right?
I grew up going there. These are local places for us, but I'm sure there's places all over the country people are having to deal with the same thing. Yeah. All over the state of Texas, it's sad.
Very sad. And Houston seems to be in dire straits. I follow some folks down there that are very much sounding the alarm. So that you can make it 6 months, and a lot of people figured out a way, and then it's not gone. We're going to be in this thing for at least another 6 months. It's looking like, and so until the vaccine is widespread enough to where they open the doors fully back up, right? It's probably going to be summertime. That's what they're saying, and so I'm just telling you guys, like, please go out, shop small, support all your local makers. I read something the other day, and this really stuck with me. It said, when you buy from a small business, you're not helping a CEO buy a third holiday home. You're helping a little girl get dance lessons, a little boy get his team jersey, and you're helping moms and dads put food on the table. And that's so true. When you're shopping small, you are literally putting gas in the tank of some small business owners. So get out there. And we started a new partnership with Go Texan, which is run by the Department of Agriculture. You've probably seen the Go Texan logo. We're getting to promote small Texas businesses now, Texas makers. Our first week, we got to this past week, we promoted a pin made of prickly pear cactus that was pretty cool.
Fisher and Weiser,
yes.
Like that jalapeno jelly.
Yeah. It was sauces and marinades and stuff like that from Fisher and Weiser out of Fredericksburg. And then we got a video that's going to come out very soon where Daniel and I were sampling a little absinthe, Texas absinthe.
I think
it was a good thing.
Most of the sampling there.
It was, it was.
See how that
goes. This stuff. Oh my gosh, it's 100. What was it? 140 proof.
140.
Oh, that's jet fuel. But you pour water in it and you put some sugar in it, and eventually it becomes quite tasty. Very, very tasty. It was, you did try it though. It's going to be sort of a shopping
like
video.
Licorice.
Yeah.
Very licorice flavor.
Have you ever had absinthe, Lindsey?
I have not. And I'm wondering, do y'all remember filming, or is it just all one blur?
Daniel probably remembers more than I do. So anyway, that is my call to arms for all you guys as you're shopping for the holidays. Try to shop local. Downtown Georgetown's, we've got some good foot traffic, but it still makes a huge difference. And as far as on the restaurant front, order some food, everybody kind of mobilized at the beginning. It's like, I'm going to go get food from my favorite restaurants, but I feel like it's like teetered off a little bit. And so they're calling us all back into action. Let's go buy some food from our favorite restaurants or a gift card. I was thinking like, oh, they want me to buy a gift card for a business that's about to close down. Like, maybe that's not the best investment, but support the businesses you love. Go buy a gift card. It'll help. You got to have faith that with your gift card, they're going to stick around. So what have y'all been up to since last month? It wasn't that long ago we did the November podcast.
I've been doing a lot of editing, a lot of working. We've done some shooting, filmed some commercials in my private world on this side of the screen. We got a puppy.
Where's the puppy?
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. That was a big thing at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody went out and got dogs. You waited a lot longer than most, Daniel, but you still fell prey to it. A puppy?
No, I've got 3 girls. It's my wife and 3 daughters, and I don't have a boy. And I was leaving her. You know what, at least get a
so you got a puppy
dog.
instead?
A boy dog. Captain Winston Thurgood Marshall Montgomery something. He's got a very regal name.
Winston.
Yeah, but he's got all these other names too, doesn't he? Didn't you add a few in there?
Winston Schmidt.
Winston.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes, I love that.
I missed that reference, so Daniel had to explain it to me. I'm just not a New Girl fan yet.
Best show ever.
I just have never caught on. It's not
Murtaugh Fitzgibbon.
There it is.
That one you have to know Outlander, but
yeah. Winston Murtaugh Fitzgibbon.
That's a mouthful.
Whole name.
I think that it has to be that fancy if his name's Winston.
That's right. Winston's already super fancy name. Yeah. Super fancy name. And he's a breed I had never seen. It's a what again?
It's called a Mauser. So he is half miniature Schnauzer and half Maltese. Maltese, Schnauzer, Mauser.
Oh.
A Mauser.
Wowzers. You got a Mauser.
Wow.
He's going to get that big.
He's super tiny. He will get 30%.
That's the best
almost
kind
sat
of
on
puppy.
him at least once or twice already. So have to be careful.
Yeah. He looks like a pillow sitting on the couch, and you will kill him if you crush him. Yeah, Lindsay.
I also have been working, definitely like in the Christmas spirit since we talked about this since like Thanksgiving, but I kind of had to because work-wise, we were kind of already like dipping our feet into the Christmassy-ness of Christmas, like way back at the beginning of like November,
Yeah, that's right. I always feel, that the things are like our Christmas special is coming out like at the very beginning of December or even Thanksgiving. And, it was well produced. You could tell like, they've been working on this thing for months. And I was thinking like they were filming a Christmas special in like June. Yeah. That's something I've never had to do. That would mess my brain up, I think.
Yeah.
Which Lindsay and I have had, you kind of have to anticipate it's coming a little early, but not that early.
Christmas
in July. There's always time for Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had to, I'd be so down. I would be like rocking the Christmas sweater and like listening to the Christmas music. So I'd say there's always time for Christmas.
Doing the thing. Yeah.
So.
You got a Christmas sweater on even today.
I do, actually.
Impressive.
Impressive. Lights up. There's like literally a battery pack inside that you like turn on and it like lights up and everything. So
you're at a constant risk of electrocution wearing that sweater.
But worth
Lindsay.
it.
Don't stand in puddles. You'll die.
If it rains on me, I'm done.
Yeah,
for now I'm good. It's great. Yeah.
Check the weather forecast before you wear that sweater out of the house.
But it never rains in Texas, honestly. So I think I'm good. Yeah. So.
Well, Daniel mentioned the shoots. That's one of the things that I was going to. We ate the world's largest pizza. We did. Yeah, we did. That happened. The world's largest pizza. It's called The Bus, and it's made at a place in Burleson. And this isn't like the world's largest one-time pizza. This is the world's largest pizza that you could order. So people have made bigger pizzas, but those are kind of like little one and dones. This is a pizza that anyone off the street can walk up and order, and it is the size of a conference table. It's enormous. Yeah. Wow. Like barely fits through the oven.
It's like a sheet of plywood. Like
it is. It is. You make it on a sheet of plywood. Something like that for sure.
Did you get the world's largest stomach ache after eating
it? So I was like, we barely made a dent in the pizza, like for filming, and we weren't going to totally gorge ourselves. And then I started boxing it up. I was like, I'm just going to box some of this up and bring some home. And I boxed up like about 8 clamshells of pizza, looked down, and like there was still more pizza to go. So I like abandoned half of this pizza, brought home 8 clamshells of pizza, which barely fit in our freezer. Reheated pizza ain't bad. We freeze pizza all the time. You can bring that puppy back to life. Microwave, broiler. This is good as new. It's good as new.
Never tried that.
Oh, it's perfect. A little bit in the microwave just to warm it up, then broiler. Boom. It's perfect.
There you go.
Little, yeah. That's the
Or
tips.
just get
tips
what
from the
you need
Daytripper.
and don't get too much.
Yeah, nah. Always
fresh.
We always over order pizzas. Like, we'll freeze it and warm it up. You know, who cares? And then, of course, it's hunting season. So
Yes, it is.
Daniel's already killed his big buck. I got my big buck.
Yeah, it's not my biggest, but you know, I'm tagged out on bucks. So now you go to the doe.
Yep.
And, freezer's full, man. That's what counts.
Have you gotten your food? Have you gotten your meat back yet? That was just
I've gotten,
a week or two ago.
Some of it back, not all of it.
Oh,
And
okay.
We've already eaten quite a bit. Found a cool new place local that I really like, and we got some maple sausage that I was just eating this morning. Chopped it up, mixed it with the eggs. It was good. And then I made some chili last night, some venison chili.
That's the jam right there.
It keeps us going
venison
year
chili.
round.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So anyway, that's what's been happening in our worlds. But Texas has been pretty busy too.
While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas.
All right, Daniel, what you got?
All right. So meanwhile in Texas, obviously we are in a somewhat of a quarantine right now. It's hard to get out and do certain things. We're not where we were, where it was like lockdown.
That's
but
true.
People are using common sense and they're like, you know what? I probably shouldn't be where there's huge crowds.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that doesn't mean you can't enjoy Christmas in public, because a lot of the places that had like Trail of Lights and things like that.
Yeah.
Now they have drive-throughs. It's amazing. And I remember doing this back whenever I was a kid, like in the Austin Trail of Lights, you actually drove through it. And now it's all walking.
Yeah, it's all pedestrian.
And so many people moved to Austin, so now it's just crazy. It's like really hard to, you know.
Sure, shoulder to shoulder, bumping in.
Well, I found this awesome list Texas Monthly put out, and it's all the different cities that are doing really awesome things, like Abilene, Addison, Amarillo, Austin, College Station, Dallas, El Paso. There's a million of them. One of them local in Austin that is close to us is called Peppermint Parkway. Have you seen this? I think
we went. We went last weekend. It's awesome. Oh, dude, it's incredible. I mean, it's around the Circuit of the Americas track, not the actual track. It's around the outside where all the lights are. But so you go through these tunnels of lights that's covered. Of course, it's got all these awesome displays, some that are timed to music. You tune your radio to a certain station, and it's festive. It's Christmas extravaganza. But like right at the beginning, you go through the first tunnel, and if you pay a little extra, you get to drive the F1 track. Now the F1 track is not. Yes. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. So the F1 track is not lit up, but still the fact that you drive the F1 track.
How fast can you?
Yeah, I know. That was my question. How fast? And they make you get in line behind. They have this like souped up Porsche. And so that's kind of your pace car. So you get to go as fast as the Porsche goes, which is about 30 miles an hour.
Oh,
I know. Yeah.
Bummer.
I know.
That's still cool. That's really cool.
It was awesome. Like, I mean, the turns are tight. You know, some of them are it's almost a 200-degree turn. I mean, you're like whipping around. It's a hard corner turn. And you it gives you a new appreciation for those cars that whip around that at 200 miles an hour, man.
Well, I'm going to have to try that.
Unbelievable. Yeah, go do it.
We're going there soon, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, cool. Texas Monthly, this list, you got to check it out. Tons of places all around the state of Texas.
Sweet.
Lots of cool stuff to do for everybody. Christmas season.
We'll put it in the show notes. Show notes are a thing, right? I hear other podcasts say that. There's show notes somewhere. They exist.
Right.
Yeah, put it right.
It's down there.
I
Check
love it
the
too.
show notes.
It's right here.
Here.
You're like, I'm watching this video and there's nothing.
There's nobody. It's like the text guy.
Yeah,
the text guy was asleep at the switch. Like, it's fine. Didn't actually listen to the podcast. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Lindsay, what did you find?
Well, speaking of Christmas and things you can see, so also in Austin, in East Austin, there was a family that like really likes Home Alone, and they decided to like decorate their yard with Home Alone. Like they created scenes, but like the craziest thing to me is they made the people or whatever, but like they 3D printed the faces of the actors because the guy was like, oh, like I just got a 3D printer, and I was like, hey, let's just print some faces.
Oh
so
my
that,
gosh!
Like, went
like
into
Joe
their
Pesci,
whole
Daniel Stern, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, they have
like,
all of their faces, so you can see their faces.
They're totally human and lifelike, like
yes,
super strange.
I think they said they used like wool to create facial hair, but other than that, everything else is very lifelike. It's kind of creepy. They're printing faces, but it's also Christmas. So it's like they have like a couple scenes, with like the paint can coming down at the two guys breaking in and like
nice. Lots of
details. So very, very cool. Just very cool and weird.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I'm trying to find pictures of it now. I need to go back and look at this. We'll put it in the show notes. I'll have to go back. Yeah, it'll be in the show notes.
Just put it in
the show notes. That is too cool. That is too cool. All right. Well, I don't have a Christmas story, but I did find something that was super dang heartwarming. All right, y'all remember that show Homeward Bound about the dog and the cat like on a journey to get home or something? Yes. Did they get lost somewhere?
Actually, it's kind of a bummer.
They were left behind.
They're left with other people.
Okay. And then they're like, nah, we're going home. And they run away. All right. Well, this is the real live Homeward Bound. Around Lake Travis, there was a dog named Axel. Her parents left her with the mom, like the dog's grandmother, evidently, right? And so Axel did not want to be there. Axel wanted to go home. So first day he breaks out, and this was in Spicewood. And so Spicewood is on the south side of Lake Travis. And he actually got out. They didn't know it. And 2 days later, he shows back up. He had swam all across Lake Travis and then made a 50-mile journey to get back to his house. Isn't that unbelievable? Like, so and the only reason they know he swam across the lake is he had been spotted in like the Lago Vista area, which is on the north side of the lake. So he got out, swam, everybody starts freaking out. They start looking for him. And then wouldn't you know it, a couple days later, here comes Axel trotting down the driveway. How do dogs do that?
Could you do that? I don't even you're an Eagle Scout. And you probably get lost.
Probably not. I would have drowned about 20 yards into the swim. So I found my new home at the bottom of Lake Travis. My gosh. Wow. That's just amazing. Like, it says, like, all of a sudden, Robinson went outside with her morning coffee, and there's the puppy. 50-mile journey.
That's we don't deserve dogs. That just tells you that.
We don't deserve dogs. So I found that story pretty heartwarming.
How long did it take?
Collective. A couple days.
Wow.
I guess either the dog didn't eat or he was like eating roadkill and like hunting in the wild, catching stuff. Kind of awesome. Pretty awesome. All right. So that wraps up our Meanwhile in Texas segment. Let's jump in. Texas Music Minute. All right. So this is the part of the show where I go and find a Texas artist. It might be somebody who's popped up. I've got a lot of ones that I've learned of recently, but this is one that I'm always super happy when I see a Texan break in and have some commercial success. And so this is a guy that there's probably a lot of people who've been hearing. If you listen to country radio, you've been hearing this guy, but you might not have known he was from Texas. Have y'all ever heard of Parker McCollum?
Yeah. Parker
McCollum. All right. So he's got a couple hits out right now. And he's actually from Conroe, Texas. So he's 28 years old. He's been doing the grind for a while, but he just got his first he just released his first major studio album this past October. And the first release from it is a song called Pretty Heart, which I'm about to play for you guys. So a little more about Parker. He's one of those dudes that like, dang, this guy's so talented. He learned violin in elementary school, Then he learned guitar at 13. And then by, 15 and 16, he was touring around Austin, kind of doing the grind, man, playing the little clubs, singing his songs, and eventually worked his way up, got the big studio deal. And now he's all over country radio. He's got a few great songs out right now, but this is pretty hard. We're doing it. We've been rocking out the past couple months. This one's a little sweeter. Ready?
I didn't think I was a bad guy. I knew that you were good. You were golden on the inside, and you loved me the best you could. I'm the one that dropped the ball, got you high and let you fall. Let the best thing I ever had slip away. And what does that say about me? I could do you like I did, then I could break an angel's wings. What does that say about me? Then I stood there like a fence post as you drove off in your car. What does that say about me now that I've broke your pretty heart? Your pretty heart.
What do you think?
I've heard that
I
one.
like it.
That's a good
great.
tune. That's a good tune. He's a writer, so he's co-writing everything. He's not just one of these like good-looking dudes that got dropped into some, and Nashville songwriters are feeding him his songs. Like he's writing it, performing it. He's, I dig that song. You have heard that before?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
think they played that on Case 101. Like you
Oh,
heard
yeah.
that on the radio.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
a great one.
For sure. And, I'm always happy I'll hear a song like, I like that song. Come to find out, he was
Local.
a Texan all along.
Look at that.
Texan all
Texas
along.
boy.
I love
Hanging
it.
up there with
I
the
love it.
wolves in Conroe.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. The wolves and the catfish and the pine trees. All right. So y'all go check him out. Parker McCollum, his first studio album, Hollywood Gold, just came out. I think it might actually just be an EP, but got some good tunes on it. So let's see what the fans have been wondering out there.
Uh-oh.
Are we there yet?
Hey, can you pass me the snacks?
When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
All right, so this is the segment. Lindsay brings us the questions. The question box gets full. Lindsay calls it down, and she brings us the most insightful, interesting, weird questions that you guys are asking. Hit us, Lindsay. What you got?
All right, this one is a classic that people ask us a lot, and we answer it every now and then, and I kind of let it sit until we've gotten like 5 of this same question, and then I ask it. So Meredith R. from Pleasanton, Texas asks, how did you get started as the Daytripper?
How did I get started as the Daytripper? Ooh, that's a very long answer. But essentially, I always knew I wanted to be a storyteller. I love telling visual stories, like making movies in the backyard with a camera. I love traveling, and I thought, man, I'm going to combine both of those things. And rather than, make movies or Hollywood, I was like, why don't I combine my love for telling visual stories with my love for Texas and my love for travel? And kind of went out on a limb, and God's been good. So we sort of, in 2007, we shot a pilot, pitched it to PBS, and, here we are, 13 years later from that. We didn't actually get on TV till 2009. So it was a grind of just kind of going after it. It was a thing that I saw. I was like, man, I really wish there were a show that showed me what I could do as a Texan. Like you watch Travel Channel, and they're always somewhere crazy, like Rome or Chicago, or like places that I may go once in my life if I'm lucky. But I was like, man, wouldn't it be so much more impactful and inspiring if you could show people that the stuff in their own backyard is as good as the things they could jump on a plane and go see overseas somewhere. So it was very much a passion. And then I've been able to turn it into a profession because I've got the best team in the world around me. Like Daniel and Linsey. And we all get to chase this wild adventure on the road together. So if you're looking to sort of figure out what you want to do, I would just, God has geared each one of us to do something and something that only you can do. So ask yourself, like, what am I good at and what do I enjoy doing? And you can decide whether I'm actually good at this or not, but I enjoy doing it. And so it just has been a very much a pursuit of passion along the road. And people do see it and go, oh man, you've got the greatest job in the world. And I agree. Like for me, I've got the greatest job in the world, but I can tell you there's a lot of people who would hate what we do. There's a lot of hours editing. There's a lot of deadlines. There's a lot of time on the road and it's different. But I'm made to do this. And so everybody out there is made to do something. You just got to figure out what that is.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
There you go. That's the answer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Joe G, we can call him G.I. Joe.
Joe G. G.I. Joe. Okay. Yeah.
He asks, do y'all have a Daytripper playlist for y'all's traveling and what is on it if you do?
Ooh.
That's a tricky question.
Yeah.
You know what though? I will say, we go to some remote areas and it seems like the best solution for us was to have satellite radio because we can listen to whatever station we want. Sometimes prime country. We'll get those, old country, 90s country jams.
We do like some prime country.
It's really 90s and back, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good,
it's like you cross, borders and it's like I can still listen to it. So
we do base our playlists a little bit off of what like where we are, Yeah. So if we're
we're downtown.
Yeah. Downtown. We've jammed that song quite a bit. If we're downtown anywhere, it doesn't even have to be a big city. No. We like Lukenbach, we were playing Willie's Roadhouse, on satellite radio. And so that was perfect for Lukenbach. And then if we go to the Valley, we'll throw on some Tejano. We'll rock some Selena on occasion if we're in Corpus, And then if you're in the big city, we probably end up playing more pop, just like hits one, new dancey stuff, just to kind of keep the energy up. We don't really have like a go-to playlist. I will say a lot of people listening know Richie. Richie loves classic vinyl. And so we had if Richie FM was on, it was in the early days, it was literally him plugging in his iPod, and we would just have to be subjected to like the Doobie Brothers for 4 hours or like deep cuts from you name the band in that 70s 80s vibe. So he had a very particular style that he liked to listen to, but he also changed it up, and we always do. So there's no set playlist. I will say we listen to podcasts too. Yeah, we do. Yeah. Podcasts nowadays, revisionist history, Malcolm Gladwell. I probably make my crew listen to way too much of that. They're ready to get out of the car quickly, but that's one of my favorite podcasts. And we'll do news, like we got some long road trips, so you can't just jam to music the whole time. You got to entertain the brain a little more.
All right. And then KM from Giddings asks, have you ever returned to a restaurant you featured on the show for seconds?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Sometimes before we leave the location.
Oh gosh, we have.
We film there, we come back the next day and we eat again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's very true. That's happened on more than one occasion. No. So here's the bad thing about day tripping and filming is we go to a great restaurant, we eat at it, we have the most amazing meal. Then we have to leave that town and we go 4 hours back in our office and do nothing but edit footage of us eating this amazing, delicious meal, which makes you want to eat it even more. And so you're sitting there counting the days until you can get back on the road to that place to eat that thing that you had that time. And so it's painful sometimes. Like we've been to some barbecue joints and I'm like, oh gosh, that was so good. And then you got to live with the footage for a couple months and you don't know when you're going to be back in Timbuktu, Texas, Wichita Falls, wherever it was,
I found it's kind of dangerous because like now I know some little hole in the wall that's 4 hours away that I feel like I have to have.
And
so I tell my family, I'm like, hey, we got to go on a road trip. To
Come on.
Amarillo. And they're like,
I know.
wait, what?
We're
That's
not
far
doing
away.
it.
I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be great. I promise. This is amazing. I can't tell you how many times we've gone to Mary's Tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's like your favorite place.
Oh,
We'll drive there in the morning. We'll get like early because it's only breakfast and lunch. So we'll drive there early, get breakfast. We'll go around town, feed the ducks, do some different things. We'll grab a lunch at the same place.
at Mary's Tacos.
So breakfast tacos and then like, meaty, hearty tacos.
Tacos. Oh, Mary's Tacos is so good. I got a crisp $20 bill if you bring me some Mary's Tacos the next time you're in Bernie. I'll pay for them. I'll pay for yours and the gas. I haven't had those, and we're editing our taco episode now and going back and watching the footage of that, going like, oh, the tortillas, man. Oh, the tortillas. So let's go ahead and jump ahead. A lot of you guys ask us questions, and if you want to do that, send an email, podcast@thedaytripper.com. Leave us a comment on YouTube, Facebook, send us a DM, whatever. We'll find the question and may talk about you on the podcast. But many of y'all don't really have questions. You just have things that you need to get off your chest.
Hey, Daytripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Daytripper. We love your show.
All right. So this is fan rants and musings. Let's see what I hope I'm sensitive today, Lindsay. What are they saying?
Well, so we have a lot on your fashion choices today. So
What?
We'll go into that. Yes.
Okay.
So Sally M messaged us on Facebook just to say this. I'm going to give you some advice. You need to lose the skinny leg jeans. They don't look good with your boots. You need boot cut. You are welcome.
You are welcome. Sally? Oh,
coming at you.
I will say there are times like I'll put my jeans on and I don't wear the skinniest of the skinny jeans, but I like a good, nice, well-fit jean.
You do wear jorts though. You also wear
jorts. I love my jorts. All of my skinny jeans will eventually turn into jorts.
Oh.
Y'all get ready. Takes a pair of scissors. That's a home tailoring job right there. Oh yeah.
Those are called Daisy Dukes, Chet.
Yeah, he wears those to the office and we're all like, what is he wearing?
What? Hey, you got to be at the forefront of fashion when you're on TV. We're pioneers. We are not following in other people's footsteps. We are pioneers.
Hey, at least you have pants on, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I've been sitting down this whole show, so y'all don't really know. No, there are some times where I'm like, oh, that's a little tight to get over the boot, but I'm also kind of lazy when it comes to fashion, so I'm not going to go change my pants so that it fits better with the boot. I'm just not going to do it. Thanks, I guess. I guess. I don't have like a jean that I love. I know there's a lot of people who are like, that's my jean, and I've got 10 pair of the same jean. Are you like that, Daniel? Yeah. See, I bounce around all the time. So
no, I've got like 10 pair of the exact same jean. Well, let me say I did, but now that I've lost a little bit of weight.
Oh yeah.
I had to get rid of a lot of them. So
yeah,
I'm slowly building up. But the thing is, I know what I like. So
yeah, that's true. What is it by perchance?
It's a Wrangler.
Okay, nice, classic.
Is it boot cut or is it skinny jean? Because this might fix
It is not skinny
Sally's
jean. I believe they're boot cut. I'd have to look at the label. I can't remember now.
It's a more relaxed fit, I like the jean to show off my sexy quads and hamstrings just a little, Nice.
If you can see muscle definition through jeans, you're doing something wrong.
Something wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's true, actually. All right. Well, thanks.
All right. Well, now that got weird, let's go on.
Jeggings are weird.
Yeah, they are.
They're comfy.
Don't own any of those. I do not own.
That's good. You should not own any of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Jonathan D writes, I used to love the Daytripper and watched every episode. I would drive to most of the small towns, visit the museums, and eat lunch at the restaurants. But I no longer watch it because of what Chet Garnett has become. By growing an ugly beard, he has joined the unclean population of bums. It seems to be a growing fad or excuse to grow a beard because lazy men don't want to shave. Just my thoughts.
Just my thoughts. Wow. Mr. Anti-Beard Brigade. He's not just railing against me, Daniel. You can take that personally. You got a beard.
Hey,
you lazy
what
bum.
I have found it takes more effort to have a beard that you upkeep than it
Truth.
does to shave every day. I think the laziest thing you can do is shave every day.
That's a truth. That is
and
a truth.
It's just
I feel like, I mean, I don't have a beard, but I feel like we need John Mark on here because if anyone knows about beard maintenance.
You don't know the upkeep, John Mark. It requires essential oils. It requires special brushes. It requires special scissors.
Beard has a beard flat iron.
I believe. I believe it. Yeah. I gotta straighten that up. It's sculpting. Having a beard ain't easy.
Work.
A lot. Well, this guy seems to just hate beards. He's like more of a clean shaven, keep it high and tight. He probably has like a 1950s buzz cut. Like perfect
Maybe so.
execution.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a smooth baby skin.
No. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Sometimes it's nice, but
so I've had a beard. I used to go back and forth. For him, the idea that I was always clean shaven is a fiction because I would go back and forth, like a little bit of beard, a little gone, a little. I mean, I rocked the soul patch. I wonder what he felt about the soul patch there for a while.
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, no.
Wear that with your jorts. That'll be great.
Yeah. Soul patch and jorts.
You know what though? I don't think a lot of the audience realizes. I mean, it would make sense if we say it. So basically, you have to keep a style because of how many times we go from show to show and we have to film things. And if you switch stuff up and it's out of order, it might look weird if it's like, we're at one shoot and you've got a beard and the next time you don't, and the next one you have a beard again.
Yeah.
Or even day to day, because we never know if like, hey, we have to go back to that town and do something like pick up a shot we missed. You need to look exactly the same.
So I've had to tell y'all, we've tried to plan something. Hey, we need to go film this pickup thing. And I'm like, I can't. I had like a 5-day beard and I'm clean shaven. It's like, okay, we can do it in 5 days. We can't do it today. I got to grow my beard out. And then I've had to go back and watch shows and been like, okay, I remember I trimmed up my beard right before then to like a 1 or a 2 on like a beard trimmer and had to go back and like try to perfectly make it consistent. So having a beard is hard. It's hard. He doesn't realize it. He needs to grow a beard. I bet he can't even grow a beard. That's probably
jealous. Maybe that's
probably
it.
Jealous.
He's got some jealousy there.
Well, he's not watching or listening anymore. So
just jealous. Yeah. He's definitely not listening. So yeah.
All right. We'll end on a nice one since some of that got a little weird.
Oh, good.
Jacqueline M. writes, I loved your show. You all look like you're having so much fun and have so much fun cracking each other up. I know you make it look easy. I appreciate you showing this Texas native so many places in the state I love, since I'm sure I cannot make it to all of them. You're all doing a great job and a wonderful thing. Howdy from the Panhandle. Stay safe, you crazy kids.
High five. Thank you. We appreciate those. We like it. Yeah. Good vibes. That one was super nice. We will indeed end on that. No, that's why we do it. And we are actually having fun. That's what makes this job so great. And we want it to look easy and fun. And when people travel in our footsteps, hopefully it's both of those things, easy and fun. So anyway, thank you guys very much for listening to the Daytripper podcast. This has been December 2020. We are winding down the year. If you guys still need Christmas presents, December podcast, we'll get you 15% off in our store. Y'all go and check out all the cool things that we have. But more importantly than just buying stuff, we pray that y'all have a wonderful, very Merry Christmas and holiday season, celebrating with the ones you love, from whether that's really close or from afar. I pray that you find peace and joy this Christmas season. God bless all y'all. All right, go ahead. Y'all take it away. Say your goodbyes, guys.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
And vaya con Dios, amigos.